We missed the usual corner, so we kept walking straight past a shop we never noticed closing early for the day. You stopped to read the postcards, I waited by the door. Then you said, which way from here? I said, I'm not really sure. Take the side street home, the one we've never tried. We've got plenty of time and nowhere to arrive. Walk a little slower, let everybody pass. Maybe we'll find something we weren't looking for at all. A bicycle against a wall, a radio upstairs, fresh bread cooling by a window, someone watering plants out there. You point at an old apartment, say you like the balcony. I say I'd fill it up with records. You say then save some room for me. Take the side street home, the one we've never tried. We've got plenty of time and nowhere to arrive. Walk a little slower, let everybody pass. Maybe we'll find something we weren't looking for at all. Clean electric guitar laid over rose melodic bass and light drums. No photograph, no reason why, just your shoulder next to mine. If we forget which road we took, I think that would be fine. Take the side street home, even when it takes much longer. Let the evening come without trying to outrun it. Walk a little slower till the shops turn out their lights. I don't need the shortest way if you're walking by my side. Da, 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 da. Keep walking. Da, 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 da. No hurry. We'll get home when we get home. No hurry.
We missed the usual corner and didn't turn around. A little shop was closing, chairs stacked upside down. You stopped beside a window to look at postcards there. I asked, do you know where we're going? You said, does it matter where? The traffic fades behind us, the air is getting cool. You slow down by the crosswalk, so I slow down there too. Take the side street home, where the houses lean together. We can walk without a reason, let a short way take forever. There's no place we have to be, no clock we have to beat. Keep your steps beside mine down this unfamiliar street. A bicycle by the flower shop, a radio upstairs, fresh laundry on a balcony, moving in the evening air. You find a tiny bookshop still open down the lane. We spend 10 minutes at the doorway, reading titles through the pane. You point to the side street home, past the windows turning golden. We can walk without a reason while the evening stays half open. There's no place we have to be, no clock we have to beat to keep your steps beside mine down this unfamiliar street. At the top of the hill, we finally see our road. You say we went the long way, I say I know. Neither of us moves for a second or two. Turn left, and I follow you. Take the side street home, even if we know the shortcut. Let the last shops close behind us. We don't have to hurry much. Tomorrow we can take every road we always take. Tonight I like this little detour and the extra time it makes. So there's a blue bicycle outside the corner store. Basket full of groceries, keys hanging by the door. I'm waiting for my change when someone calls my name. It's you with shorter hair and 2 paper bags to carry. You say it's been a while, like we met just yesterday. I hold the door behind you and forget what I should say. Then you lift one bag and laugh. This is heavier than it looks. So I take the other one and walk with you. For a little while we talk about the ordinary, the place you work, the dog your sister finally got. For a little while there's nothing complicated, just 2 people walking with too much food to carry home. And I like it that way. I like it that way. You bought too many peaches because they were on sale. One rolls out at the crossing and I catch it with my shoe. You laugh so hard, you have to put the bags down. I haven't heard that laugh from this close in quite some time. At the next apartment block, you stop beside the gate. I realize this is where our little walk has to end. For a little while we talked about the ordinary, a movie you saw twice, a restaurant that changed its name. For a little while we didn't need an answer to anything that happened before we met here today. And I like it that way. I think I like it that way. exactly half.
close enough, and somehow that's enough. For a little while the day became much lighter. No promises, no trying to begin again. For a little while we were simply standing there, you behind the little gate, me with a peach inside my hand. Then you say, take care, I say you too. And this time those words feel true. Across the road, the blue bicycle wheels gone. The washing machine clicks off, you're asleep across the room. One sock hanging from the basket, the other missing somewhere. I carry everything upstairs, the railings warm beneath my hand. Shirts and towels catch the breeze before I clip them to the line. Down below, a delivery bike stops outside the little market. Someone calls from a kitchen window. I can't make out the words. I thought I'd wake you, then change my mind. Some afternoons don't need much from us. When the laundry's on the line and the whole day smells like summer, I could leave the world outside for another hour or two. Nothing waiting on my phone, nothing I'm afraid of missing. Just your shadow through the curtain in a quiet place with you. You finally come up barefoot, holding 2 cold bottles of tea. Ask me why I didn't wake you. I say you look too comfortable. You check the pockets of your jeans, find a ticket folded twice. Can't remember where it came from, so we guess and get it wrong. A white shirt slips from one clothespin. You catch it before it falls and bow like you've done something brilliant. I clap from across the balcony when the laundry's on the line and the breeze keeps turning everything. I could let the hours pass without asking where they went. Nothing waiting on my phone, nothing I'm afraid of missing. Just your feet against the concrete and the sunlight moving west.
Packed my lunch this morning in the bag beneath the sink. Wrote my name across the top, though you knew which one was mine. At 12:15 I find it on the bench behind the office. 2 rice balls wrapped in foil and an apple cut in half. There's a napkin at the bottom with a crooked little note. Don't forget the soup tonight and buy the good tomatoes. I read it twice for no good reason, then folded small and put it in my pocket. It's the little things you leave me that follow through the day. A paper bag, a sentence, something ordinary you would say. No grand surprise, no perfect line, nothing anyone would say. But somehow lunch tastes better when I know you packed it this way. On my way back in the evening, I remember what you wrote. Stand comparing 4 tomatoes like I'm choosing something rare. An old man beside me reaches for the reddest one and says, that's the one you want right there. So I trust him and take 2. At home you're in the kitchen, trying not to burn the soup. I hold the grocery bag up, say I brought the good ones too. It's the little things you leave me that follow through the day. A paper bag, a sentence, something ordinary you would say. No grand surprise, no perfect line, nothing anyone would say. But somehow coming home feels good when you're waiting there this way. You find the note inside my pocket when you're sorting out the wash. You kept this. I say I forgot. You look at me like you don't believe it. Fair enough, I probably would too. It's the little things between us that never look important. The extra spoon beside my bowl, your keys left by the faucet. No grand surprise, no perfect line, no need to make it more. Tomorrow leave another note, I'll pretend I didn't wait for one. 2 bowls on the table, the good tomatoes cut between them. 2 bowls on the table, the good tomatoes cut between them.
The forecast said it would clear, so I left my umbrella home. By 4 the pavement was shining, and everyone crowded the awning. I was watching water gather at the edge of my right shoe when the woman from the flower shop held a yellow umbrella out. Bring it back whenever. She was already turning away. I thanked her through the doorway and stepped into the rain. It was too small for my shoulders, one sleeve got wet anyway. Still I took the longer crossing instead of running for the train. Under a bar umbrella, the city sounded different. Cars rolled softer down the road. Water slipped from every rooftop. I had nowhere else to hide, so I walked right through the weather. Funny before the clouds could change their mind. Bought the smallest bunch of daisies, though I didn't need to buy them. She was trimming stems behind the counter, radio playing somewhere low. I placed the umbrella by the register. She looked up and said, already. I told her it kept me dry. She looked at my shoes and laughed and wrapped the flowers in old paper and tied them with a piece of string. Under a bar umbrella yesterday felt less important. Just a wet walk through the neighborhood and somebody being thoughtful. I had nowhere else to hide, but I didn't mind the weather. Funny how a borrowed thing can leave something when it's gone. At home I put the daisies in a glass beside the sink. One bends lower than the others, like it's trying not to drink. I turn it toward the window, then leave it as it is. Not everything needs fixing to belong where it has landed. There's no bar umbrella hanging by my doorway now. Just a little bunch of flowers and rain starting up outside. This time I take my own and walk out without a hurry. At the flower shop I wave. She waves back through the glass. Rain against the awning, then the door closes. We stopped for lunch at 1:30 at the place behind the park. You order what you always do, then change your mind at last. I took the seat against the wall. You sat beneath the fan. We talked about a movie neither one of us had planned. The waitress brought 2 glasses and forgot which drink was mine. You took a sip, made a face, then pushed it to my side. Outside bicycles passed, one after another. Inside we had nowhere to go next. Keep the Sunday receipt folded somewhere in your pocket. Not pockets, keys, coins, a button, a little receipt. You look at it once, then leave it on the shelf. I don't say anything, neither do you. Keep the Sunday receipt, let it fade there by the doorway. Maybe months from now we'll find it and forget exactly what we ordered. But I'll know the kind of day by the way the paper feels. Nothing happened worth remembering. And somehow I remember all of it. A receipt on the shelf. Sunday evening, coming in through the window.
The corner table's free again, so I put my bag beside the chair. Same cracked sugar jar, same menu folded at the edge. The man by the window reads the paper. Someone stirring iced coffee too long. The waitress asks, just one today? I say, yeah, just one. The room keeps moving without asking why, and somehow that feels kind. At the corner table, I let the afternoon arrive. No one sitting opposite me, no one I need to find. I watch the doorway open, then close 100 times. And for once I don't look up, hoping you'll walk inside. I order something different, though I nearly say your choice. Toast with butter, black coffee, nothing sweet this time. A song comes through the speakers, one we used to know by heart. I recognize the first two chords, then let it play a part. The waitress brings the check with a little mint beside it. I leave the mint untouched, then change my mind and take it. At the corner table, I let the afternoon arrive. No one sitting opposite me, no one I need to find. I watch the shadows moving slowly across the tiles, and for once being here alone feels ordinary for a while. Outside, a bus pulls away. A woman runs but misses it. She laughs at herself and checks the time, then sits down on the bench. Maybe not every delay needs fixing. Maybe not every empty chair means someone's missing. At the corner table, the light begins to change. I fold the check in half and leave some coins beside the plate. The room keeps moving, and I move with it this time. When the doorway opens, I don't look up. I finish my coffee and step outside. The chair across from mine stays empty, and that's alright. It's too early to get out. I was already half awake, watching sunlight reach the wall. There was coffee left from yesterday, but neither of us moved at all. 7:02 7:03. You close your eyes like numbers don't mean anything. The morning can wait outside. We're not ready for it yet. Your hand finds mine beneath the sheets while the clock moves on ahead. No plans, no conversation, no reason to get up. Just the room getting brighter and both of us ignoring it. At 7:10 you sit up slowly, hair pointing every way. Ask me where you left your glasses, they're beside you on the bed. I tell you, you stare at them, then look at me and laugh. You could have told me sooner, I just did. You throw the pillow at my head. The morning can wait outside, we're not ready for it yet. The kettle hasn't started, and we haven't found our keys. No plans, no conversation, just another minute here while the light climbs up the curtains and the hallway stays quiet. Now we're definitely late. You're brushing your teeth, I'm looking for my other shoe. You call from down the hall, did you feed the cat? I freeze. You look at me, we both know the answer. 7:23 and now the whole room's moving. Coffee in a travel cup, your jacket button wrong. We run from room to room like we've never done this before. Then you stop beside the doorway just to straighten out my collar. We're late again.
goes quiet, the clock keeps going.
Machine ate my coin, you hit the button twice. I told you that would never work, then something dropped inside. One tangerine soda, cold enough to hurt my hand. You said I wanted coffee, but opened it anyway. We sat behind the seawall, shoes dusty from the road. You took the first sip, made a face, then handed me the rest. The wind kept turning every page of your magazine. You gave up reading and held it over your face. Past the tangerine soda before it loses all the bubbles. We've been out since 10 this morning, doing almost nothing. Salt drying on our sleeves, coins rattling in your pocket. If we miss the bus back home, there'll be another one. So pass the tangerine soda, I'm still thirsty anyway. We found an old arcade behind a shuttered souvenir shop. One machine still took 100 yen, so naturally we stopped. You picked a little racing game and drove straight into the wall, then blamed the steering wheel like it had planned the whole thing. I won by half a second, you demanded one more round. We spent the coins for a bus fare before we figured that part out. Past the tangerine soda, there's a little left between us. We've been out since 10 this morning and forgot what time it is. Sun warm against the concrete, your magazine's still unopened. If we have to walk a while, we've got nowhere else to go. So pass the tangerine soda, leave the last sip if you want. At the bus stop, you count what's left. 30, 40, 50 yen. Not enough. You look at me, I look at you. Then we both start laughing. Walking. Keep the tangerine soda, there's one last sip inside it. We can take the coastal road till another bus comes by. No schedule worth remembering, no story bigger than this one. Just a day that went off course and somehow landed right. Keep the tangerine soda. You found it first. The empty bottle rolls between us on the bench. You stop it with your shoe. Between us on the bench, you stop it with your shoe.
You found it in a cardboard box behind the winter coats. A little silver radio with tape around the door. You turned the dial from left to right through voices, songs, and static. Then somewhere near the middle, a piano came in clear. You held it toward the kitchen like you discovered something shop. You carried it inside your coat with one earphone hanging out at the crossing. It went silent, then a trumpet broke back through. You handed me the other side so I could hear it too. For half a block we walked together, tied together by that wire, trying not to pull too far apart. Whenever someone passed, keep the pocket radio playing, let the voices come and vanish. A little music through the traffic, a little static in between. We don't need to know the song, maybe that's what makes it better. Something neither one of us can search for later on. Back upstairs, the batteries fade, the music bends then slows. You tap the radio twice, nothing. I say maybe tomorrow. You leave it by the fruit bowl like tomorrow is enough. Keep the pocket radio with us even when it isn't playing. Maybe someday on another morning that same station will return. And if it doesn't, that's alright. We heard enough to keep it a nameless song. We'll walk downstairs, one earphone each. The little red light flickers once, then goes out. The freezer door keeps fogging up while you decide what you want. Vanilla, melon, chocolate, you've checked them all twice now. I'm holding 2 cold bottles and the basket hurts my hand. You finally point to peach ice like you made a serious plan. Outside the heat is waiting, the pavement almost white. You tear the wrapper with your teeth. Before we reach the light, it starts melting down your fingers. You say, don't look at me. Too late. Peach ice in the summer heat, running down your wrist. You're trying not to lose a drop and laughing when you do. We sit beneath the narrow shade with nowhere else to be. The whole day tastes a little sweeter for no particular reason. A truck goes slowly past us, playing something through a speaker. You guess it's selling watermelons. I say it sounds like laundry poles. Neither one of us is right, but neither one will let it go. We argue all the way to the pedestrian bridge. Halfway up, you stop and point between the buildings. A strip of blue beyond the roof, so small I nearly miss it. Peach ice in the summer heat, only one bite left. You hold it out and tell me quick before it disappears. I take too much, you complain, then steal my candles in the wind. You fold it into a tiny square and put it in your pocket. I ask, why'd you do that? You shrug, there's no bin, fair enough. Summer heat beneath our shoes, warm rail beneath our hands. We watch the little piece of ocean disappear behind the roofs. No photograph, no souvenir, nothing we meant to keep. Just peach left on your fingertips and half my drink with you. You ask, same one next time. I say, maybe melon. You say, absolutely not.
You wake before the alarm, then lie there anyway. Sunlight reaches through the blinds, you watch it cross the bed. I'm making coffee in the kitchen, you call out, what's the time? I tell you 20 after 8, you say we're doing fine. Your shoes are waiting by the doorway, my jacket's on the chair. We could be halfway down the block, but neither of us cares. There's always somewhere we could be, but right now, here is good enough for me. Take your time, I'm not going anywhere. Finish your coffee, leave your worries on the chair. The day will still be waiting when we finally step outside. So take your time, I've got plenty of mine. We leave the house at 10 without deciding where to go. You stop to read a handwritten sign outside a tiny store. There's a road we've never taken, running quietly uphill. You ask if I'm in any hurry, I say not until I have to be. Halfway up you lose your breath and blame it on your shoes. We sit beside a garden wall with nothing left to prove. Take your time, I'm not going anywhere. Let the morning turn to noon, we'll still be sitting there. The day will keep on moving, we don't have to match its stride. So take your time, I've got plenty of mine. Maybe tomorrow we'll run for every train. Eat breakfast standing, complain about the day. But if today can move a little slower, let it, we can catch up later. Take your time, there's no finish line between us. Stop whenever something small feels worth another minute. Let everybody hurry, we can watch them passing by. Take your time, I'll walk beside you at whatever pace you like. You ask, ready? I say, whenever you are.
somewhere near my place. I tell you I'm still cleaning. You say I've seen it worse. 10 minutes later, you're standing at the door, holding coffee for the both of us and kicking off your shoes. I move some books beside me, you take the better chair. Neither one of us decides how long you're staying here. You tell me something you've told me twice before. I don't interrupt you, I like hearing it again. You're easy company, no need to fill the silence. You can stay and read while I finish what I'm doing. We don't need somewhere to go or anything worth talking about. You're easy company, that's what I like about you. By 2 we're getting hungry, so we check what's in the fridge. Half a cabbage, 3 eggs, and something neither of us trust. You say we could order, I say give me 20 minutes. Somehow what I make is edible. You take another plate. We eat beside the open window, listening to the neighborhood. You point toward a passing dog and give it someone else's name. You're easy company, no need to make the day impressive. You can take the last piece, I was probably done with it. We don't need somewhere to go or a reason you should stay. You're easy company, and I like the day this way. At 4 you stand and say I should probably go. Then you sit back down to finish one more story. 20 minutes later, you say it again. Neither one of us believes you this time. You're easy company, even when we're doing nothing. Hours disappear without either of us noticing. There are people who can make a quiet room feel far too loud. You're easy company, stay until you feel like heading out. At 6 you finally leave, then text me from downstairs. Forgot my book. I leave the door unlocked. I leave the door unlocked. Have easy company.
I find you on the front steps with your headphones in your bag. You say you came out for some air that never made it past the gate. There's a newspaper beside you, someone left there yesterday. You're reading all the little ads instead of turning to the front page. I sit 2 steps below you. You move your shoes aside, ask me what I'm doing later. Nothing much, same. A taxi waits across the road, then pulls away without us. Neither one of us was going anywhere. Nothing urgent, nothing we have to decide. We can let the afternoon take whatever time it likes, no reservations. No one waiting on the line if you got nothing urgent. I do. We walk down to the grocery store for something cold to drink. You choose a bottle by the label, then hate it after one sip. I trade you mine, you say it's better, and somehow keep them both. At the checkout you remember you were supposed to buy some soap, so back we go, past every aisle we already walked before. By the time we reach the doorway, we've forgotten what time it is. Nothing urgent, nothing pulling us away. We can take the longer crossing just to stand there in the shade. No reservations, no reason to keep track of time if you got nothing urgent. Neither do check the screen, turn it over later. I don't ask who it was, you don't explain. A bus goes past and sends warm air across the sidewalk. We keep walking, let the rest of it arrive. When it gets here, we'll deal with it, but it doesn't get today. There are hours made for answers, there are hours made to leave alone. If you got nothing urgent, come on, we'll take the long way home. Long way At the corner you finally remember the soap. We turn around.
You changed your hair on Tuesday, cut it shorter than you planned. I noticed at the doorway you said, well, don't just stand there. I told you that I liked it. You asked the truth or being nice. I looked again and told you both can happen at the same time. You rolled your eyes, then checked the mirror for the 7th time that day. By dinner you had stopped asking and tucked one side away. Funny how a little change can make the whole room look new. Nothing really happened still. I kept looking at you. Just like that, the day feels different. Nothing big, nothing planned. You turn around and something ordinary catches me off guard again. Just like that, I want another minute before the moment moves along. Some days don't need a reason to become the ones we hold on to. On Thursday we went shopping for a lamp beside the bed. You hated every shade I liked, I hated yours instead. We left without a lamp but bought 2 two glasses, we don't need. One has tiny yellow flowers, one is slightly hard to clean. Back home you filled them both with water, set them proudly by the sink. I said we came home with the wrong thing. You said no, you overthink. Just like that, the day feels different. Nothing big, nothing planned. We leave for one thing, come back laughing with something else inside our hands. Just like that, I want another minute before the moment moves along. Some days don't need a reason to become the ones we hold on to. Maybe years from now I won't remember Tuesday or which store had all those lamps, but I might see a yellow flower on a glass and suddenly be standing here again. Just like that, the room feels different. Evening light across the wall, you're filling up those useless glasses like we needed them all along. Just like that, a little moment finds a place it wants to stay. No grand occasion, just you, turning an ordinary day a different way. You hold up both glasses. You hold up both glasses. I take one. Ask me tomorrow.
You call me after dinner, ask if I'm still awake. I tell you it's barely 8. You say yeah, same thing today. You don't feel like staying home, but don't wanna go too far. So we meet beside the bookstore. Neither one of us has a plan. You've got your hands inside your sleeve, I've got change inside my coat. We choose a road without discussing it, and see where people go. No destination, no list to check. You say somewhere close, I say perfect. Somewhere close where we can hear each other talking. Somewhere close where we don't have to watch the time. We don't need a perfect place, just a little room around us. Anywhere is good tonight if it's somewhere close. We find a little diner with 4 tables and a clock. Order fries to share between us, though we said we weren't that hungry. You tell me about your morning, somewhere close. Stack the empty chairs, we finally get the hint outside. The air got colder while we weren't paying attention. You ask which way, I point left. You say that's not your way. I know somewhere close we can walk a little farther. Somewhere close doesn't have to mean back home. There are nights that ask for nothing but another block together. Anywhere is good tonight. So I walk you to your corner, then take the long way on my own. Your window turns on before I reach the end of the street. I found your book behind the sofa with a bookmark halfway through. The corner bent on page 180, exactly how you always do. You said you'd finish it by Friday, that was sometime back in June. Now August leans against the windows and the book is still here too. I put it on the kitchen table, then move it back again. Some things look better unfinished than waiting for an end. You call that evening out of nowhere. Ask, do you still have my book? I look across the room. Yeah, I do. We can start where we left off. No need to tell the whole story. You know the parts I always skip. I know the words you never say. We don't have to call it anything or promise where it goes. We can start where we left off and take it slow. You come by after 7, still wearing shoes from work. I hand the book across the doorway. You turn it over in your hands, then ask if I have coffee like you used to ask before. I say the good kind's almost gone. You say the bad kind's fine. 10 minutes becomes an hour. Your back stays by the door. We talk about the people we don't see much anymore. We can start where we left off, not pretending nothing happened. There are pages folded over. There are lines we can't erase. We don't have to fix the ending before we reach it on our own. We can start where we left off and take it slow. Before you leave, you open the book. Read the first line from where you stopped, then close it. Maybe I'll finish it this time. I say, don't rush,
smile. I never do. We can start where we left off, with a little more room between us. Keep the good things that still fit, leave the rest where it belongs. Maybe some things are returning, maybe they're becoming something new. We can start where we left off and see what happens if we do. You take the bookmark stays on the table.
You open every window before I'm fully awake. There's a breeze across the hallway and toast already on a plate. You're looking for your blue shirt, I tell you it's still drying. You check the empty bedroom chair like maybe I was lying. We leave without deciding what the day is meant to be. You lock the door, then check it twice and hand the spare key to me. No list inside your pocket, no place we have to make. You ask what should we do? I say anything. I could get used to a day like this. No hurry in the morning, no reason to be anywhere before the light starts changing. A little time, a little room to let the hours go where they want. I could get used to a day like this with you somewhere close. We stop beside a playground when a ball rolls to your feet. You kick it back too carefully. The kid says, harder please. The second try goes much too far. You apologize across the fence. I'm still laughing at the corner when you finally catch up again. Later we share a bench with a bag of something sweet. You save the broken pieces because you say they taste the same. I could get used to a day like this. No schedule in the afternoon, no checking how much time is left whenever we find something new. A little time, a little room to let the hours go where they want. I could get used to a day like this with you somewhere close. Street, you notice first, neither of us turns. One more block becomes another till the shops begin turning off their signs. You say we should probably head home. Probably. I could get used to a day like this when nothing has to be remembered, but somehow every little thing feels clearer when the day is ending. A little tired, a little late, still taking longer than we need. I could get
house too late and missed the train by seconds. You looked through the closing doors, then turned to me and left. The cafe we were heading for had changed its hours again, so we bought 2 drinks downstairs and sat outside instead. Your straw broke through the lid and spilled a little on your sleeve. You stared at it for half a second. Great, great. I handed you a tissue. Nothing went the way we planned it. Still, you didn't seem to mind. It's still a good day, even if we missed the timing. Even if the place was closed and nothing went quite right. We don't need to save it. We don't need a perfect ending. You're sitting here beside me. It's still a good day. We walked until the buildings opened out beside the water, found an empty patch of grass and left our shoes nearby. You tried to skip a little stone, it sank without a bounce. Mine went twice, you said it didn't count. We stayed until the wind made both of us put jackets on, then shared the last thing in the bag without remembering who bought it. It's still a good day, even when the wind gets colder, even when the afternoon turns quicker than we thought. We don't need to save it, we don't need to make it special. You're sitting here beside me. It's still a good day. On the train back, you fall asleep. Your head keeps slipping toward the window. I move my shoulder closer. You settle there without waking. Our stop is coming. I let one station pass. There's another train going back. It was a good day, not because the sun kept shining, not because we found the place we thought we'd see. It was a good day, full of plans that went nowhere, where a missed train, a closed door, a walk beside the water. If tomorrow's for more, we'll figure that out then. Today was enough, more than enough. The train keeps moving, you're still asleep. I watch our station disappear.